Oh, hey. What's going on? Allie Bear in the chat writes the following. About the thing I just did. Allie Bear writes, Mondays deserve different opening given how much time has passed since the previous show. Suggestion. Oh, hey, how's it going? Pause. What a weekend. Insert appropriate facial expression, then slurp. All right, so Allie Bear, I'm going to try this. We're going to do this again. 3, 2. Oh, hey, how's it going? What a weekend.
For the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion, going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back, giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sik Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It is Monday, March the 23rd. Yep, that's me hitting my phone every time I forget the date, which happens to start every show. I forget the date. I know it's a Monday. I don't know what day it is. It's the 23rd. Good to see you. It's Sid. We are live on X. We are live on YouTube. Hit like and subscribe and all the things. We appreciate all the support. This thing is growing by the day, and we're having a good time doing it. Dan Ruiz in the chat writes the following. It's been a while. We have things on the wall now? Yes, we do. Shout out Betway. We'll talk about Betway a little later on. Might be some other things on the wall too. Watch this space for more information on that. But we do, prior to the show, send out a tweet about what's happening today. And I believe every time since we started this show less than 2 months ago, every time we've done the show, it's either been Olympics or Leafs. I'm pretty sure. As though there's no other thing that slipped through, right? In terms of a lead item. I think that's it.
Not that I can think of.
No, that's it. Eric's 1555 in the chat writes, wait, we're going to lead off about the Jays and not the Leafs today? Is it April Fool's Day already? For the record, April Fool's Day is next Wednesday, and I hate April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is the dumbest thing in the world. It's not amusing. It's not funny. I've had bits like programmed around me in order to make me look dumb on April Fool's Day. I'm not a fan of it. I can look dumb on my own. I'm good with that.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, I will look dumb on my own. I don't need Azzo to help me look dumb. I hate April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day are for folks who aren't that busy. I'll say it. As I swear to God, if you have something planned for April Fool's Day, better not. Just cancel it right now.
You know I like my holidays. Come on.
Is that a holiday, April Fool's Day? It's for fools, the holiday. Don't be a part of that.
You know what? It's only before noon, though. So we're up at noon. So I can't.
Oh, what? So the dumbest part of it all, it's only before noon.
Right.
It's a morning holiday. That's the dumbest part of April
It
Fool's
is
Day.
pretty stupid.
Stupidity.
Stupid.
So we're gonna get to the Leafs in a second. Okay? Because that's gonna be a section of this show. I say, oh, there's Nylander, look out! That's gonna be a section of the show. William Nylander, who just cares about the betterment of the franchise, the betterment of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it seems like the Leafs cannot do anything right now and not make it look super awkward. There were some developments today out of practice where I'm just like, is there no foresight? And the answer is no, there's none. We know the answer to the question. It's rhetorical. There is no foresight. But I want to talk Jays here. We're 4 days away from the season opener.
Woo!
We are 4 days away from Kevin Gausman and Luis Severino as the Toronto Blue Jays this Friday. Thank you, Roof. Doesn't matter what the weather is in Toronto. Thanks, Roof. We're getting baseball Friday night. Jays against the Oakland Sacramento Athletics. Vegas Athletics. I'm going to say all of them. Luis Severino goes for the Vegas, Sacramento, Oakland Athletics. Kevin Gausman for the Jays. And, you know, it's not uncommon in professional sports to drop some serious news right around a season or a home opener. It's standard stuff. But I want to take you back to a year ago at this time. And there was a common refrain, I think, amongst most of Blue Jays fans. And the refrain was, I hate this front office and this manager. Now, was I caught up in that? Yes, I was. However, did I, unlike others in this city, for the most part, off the front of the Shapiro and Atkins era, give them the benefit of the doubt? Yes, I did. Some of y'all were like, this doesn't look like Anthopoulos. They care about the prospects and don't want to trade them all in 1 2 week span. And that freaked you out. The fact that Alex Anthopoulos was gone freaked out everyone. And the way it happened after 2015, I get it. I get it. Atkins and Shapiro were never given a fair shake by anyone in the fan base, especially initially, because Anthopoulos left under odd circumstances. Rogers made the move, brought in the Cleveland crew. I don't like this. Where's Alex? Was the feeling. So Shapiro and Atkins had to work extra hard in this market to get people on their side. Now, I've dealt with both Mark and Ross a lot. They are professional people. They're good people. Have I agreed with everything? Have you agreed with everything? No. You make decisions in professional sports. Sometimes you got to do some risky stuff. But even with that said, the atmosphere 12 months ago compared to right now Like, we need to reset what was going on a year ago. They were hated. They were hated in this city. They were coming off a last place year. This fan base was losing their minds. They still had not let Jose Barrios in the wild card game go. They hadn't let it go. And the Jays were doing everything in their power to project positivity. And hey, look at this Corona bar in right field. Look at this. It's great. You can come in and not have a seat and watch everyone else sit and enjoy the game. Like, it was like that. If I would have told you a year ago right now, Mark, Ross, and John Schneider would all be signed to extensions, you would have thought I was insane. You would have thought I had lost it. You would have thought I was living in some dream world. Now, there were some in Blue Jays Nation, not a ton, but there were some who were like, give him a chance. Golly gee, guys. It's about the plan. It's about the plan. And they go from last place to an IKF step to his right away from winning the World Series.
Or a Hoffman pitch.
Even better. Or a Hoffman pitch. Or a Shane Bieber pitch. Or a Trey Savage pitch. Or a catch in left field with Kike Hernandez and Paez?
Yeah.
Was that who was out there? My God.
Or a ball getting stuck underneath a fence.
Or gravel not being put properly under the left center field wall. If there was a Manuel and a João out there, there'd be gravel under the wall. Nope.
It's true.
It's a different type of wall. Although the funny part now is, I swear to God, I saw this. I can't find the tweet. The Jays have done something to the base of the wall. Pay attention to this. I'm telling you. Someone in the offseason said no mas on the no gravel underneath. No more Mark DeRosa tutorials about how the ball would never do that again. There's now a lot of gravel under the wall. Let's look for this. I think it's a very important thing. I think it's a very important thing.
Another 50 years before a ball.
Yes. But the Jays a year ago at this time, giving all of them extensions was, you couldn't wrap your head around it. You could not wrap your head around it. Today, Mark Shapiro, who was given an extension quietly in the summer, announced that Atkins gets a 5-year extension. Ross Atkins is now being paid by Rogers till 2031, whether you like it or not. The interesting thing to me is Schneider got an extension, but not as long. John Schneider got an extension to 2028. 2031 for us, 2028 for the guy who this year is celebrating his 25th year with the organization, and John Schneider. He was drafted by the Jays. He's a Jay through and through. Lives and dies with this franchise. We should say that more, because it's true. As much as you disagree with some of the Schneiderisms or the unnecessary cursing. And the older I get, the more I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just getting a little older. Is that a picture of John Schneider?
John Schneider as a catcher in the J system. How crazy is that?
Azzo just, for the listening audience, Azzo just threw that up. Schneider was a catcher. He's giving off, what are the vibes he's giving off? Who's the lung? He's giving off Buster Posey vibes in this photo, is he not?
For sure.
Boy, that's a kid. We have some photos in the show coming up of younger versions of themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away.
That's why I thought it was cool.
No, that's a good pull, Azzo. So for those of you listening only, just go on YouTube and X and check that out. That's a wild photo of John Schneider. But John Schneider only got the extension to 2028. I'm thinking if he won the World Series, he'd be signed for 2031. I still think this is the road I want to go down here. I think that's a way longer extension for John Schneider if they get a few more things right in game 6 and 7. You hate to parse it that way, but sometimes it matters. Like I will give the Jays organization credit. They have learned some things. They haven't learned to move off Jeff Hoffman yet. Apparently that's still a thing. But the analytical days of Barrios getting pulled early and bringing in another pitcher, and like they have taken their medicine on that. Like they don't do that as much. Schneider's learned, Ross has learned. But the fact that Atkins got a way longer extension than John Schneider means they are still not sold completely on Schneider. Mark Shapiro got 5 years from what I've been told. Ross Atkins, 5 years. We were just told that today. If John Schneider tells IKF, take a step to your right, he gets till 2031. So the Atkins and Shapiro thing, I think there's some people in this market that owe them a stiff apology. I do. And I didn't hear enough of that garbage last year during the playoff run. I heard it a little bit. What I also heard was Mark and Ross don't know what they're doing. Can't wait for Game 6 of the World Series tonight. That doesn't wash, guys. That's not how that works. If you have been hard on Atkins and Shapiro the entire time, part of me gets it, but you now have to realize you were wrong a little bit. And I took my pot shots, but I'm on record as probably being more supportive than most, especially early on. And they've proven to be a solid backbone for this, and they're still set up to do God knows what this year if things go right. Who knows? The Schneider thing? Look, maybe Schneider didn't want to be locked until 2031. Who knows? I'm not in that negotiation. You're not in that negotiation. But I do find it odd that the Shapiro-Atkins tag team champions are locked in for the same amount of time. You can't have one without the other. It's like the Sedins. They will not let you have it. They will not allow it. Ross and Mark are a duo. Schneider right now is kind of a part of that, but he's third wheeling it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is throughout this year that begins Friday at Rogers Centre for the Toronto Blue Jays in 2026, I know there's a lot of John Schneider defenders out there. And we're going to have our debates, and we're going to have our conversations, and we're going to go around the horn on Schneider and some of the decisions, specifically probably around Hoffman, because he hasn't gone anywhere. Same role. But don't tell me everyone in the organization's bought in on Schneider, because I was told today they haven't. They've kind of bought in. They like that Popkins guy too, though. They like the Popkins guy a lot. If there was no one else they're eyeing for the manager job, that's a 5-year extension today. That's Ross Atkins' term. Nope, didn't happen. Congratulations to him. He's earned an extension of some level. I think we can all agree on that. But as we have these fights in 2026, keep in mind there are people running the Jays who 25% of the way might agree with you if you're critical. Let's keep that in mind. Because extensions are sometimes just kind of announcements and everyone moves on. I think there's some meat on that bone today on Schneider. That's interesting to me. Season opener, Friday. The Vegas, Sacramento, Oakland A's are in town against the Toronto Blue Jays. And this season is already off to a very intriguing start. I cannot wait for this. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon. How you doing, brother?
Sydney, how you doing today?
I'm good. Your thoughts on Atkins and Schneider getting locked up to varying degrees today?
Yeah,
not the same
sure.
degrees.
So to your point, they did both speak this morning, and I did manage to listen to a lot of the Atkins specifically, and he did get asked that at some point. And his first comment, the first thing he said out of his mouth was John had a big say in that. So I do wonder if it was John. Yeah. Which was it was the first thing he said. Then he went on one of his Ross Atkins circle tweets, but I don't know.
Can I be honest with you?
What if they do win a World Series this week? Does that give them, or this year? Sorry. If they do win a World Series this season, does it give them more leveraging to do more or do something? I don't know. Well, but I think typically managers get shorter term than executives. No?
They do, but it's not, listen, but you can also make the argument Schneider was there up until Game 7 of the World Series like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like once the playoffs started, Schneider had more of a hand in this than any of them.
Right.
Like with respect.
Yep.
So like, see, this is why I don't listen to Ross media availability anymore. because thank you for listening to that, because it's like nails in my ears.
Honestly, no, it's
It
true.
is.
He talks in a circle, but it was the one quote that stood out to me because I thought the exact same thing you thought. I'm like, it's weird, only 2, and that would be 2 after this year, right?
Yeah.
So really, he's here for the next 3 seasons.
With respect, John Schneider was not on anyone's radar in Major League Baseball to be a manager.
But you like to see that, right? You like to see a guy
I like
come
to
up,
see
like,
that.
look at him.
But my point is, that's a great photo.
It's so good.
That's such a good photo. But what manager is going to turn down term?
No, it's true.
That is one of the more idiotic things you're going to hear someone say.
But I think that's why they don't give him term, right? Because the manager's more likely to get fired first.
Hold on a second. But based on what you just told me, Ross said, the insinuation, more than the insinuation, is John Schneider had a say in this not being a longer term thing. Give me a break. Are you? I was born, but not yesterday. Are you kidding me? Term is the greatest thing ever. Term is you get fired this year. The Jays are last again. You have nothing to worry about.
Sure, but that's
till 2031, technically. If you got the same deal as Ross. That is a different level of parachute, man.
Right.
Don't give me John Schneider.
But like you said,
come on, Ross.
Rogers doesn't like to pay
man.
people for not working, and the first guy to take a bullet would be the manager. So 100%. I can understand him getting less term than the general manager, right?
Correct.
And like again, to your point about how Shapiro and Atkins came in, like let's not forget they chased the Canadian guy out of town who just made all the moves to put him on a postseason run. And then what was the first thing they said? They started taking shots at him about the farm system and anything. And I don't know if you caught this late last week, but I did want to bring this up. And this is probably a reason why Ross got a 5-year deal. But the last week it was, who were the guys? It was Jim Callis, Jonathan Mayo, and Sam Dykstra, who do a great job at MLB.com for MLB Pipeline. But they put out their farm ranking systems. And the Jays jumped up to number 15. They started last year, preseason, they were ranked 27. And at the midseason point, they were ranked 20th. And they're up to 15th this year. And that includes Trey Savage, as you can see there. That's why I wanted to keep it. But like that's a significant jump for a farm system in 1 year. And that's a team that went to the World Series.
Solid point. That's also marketing.
Yeah.
In terms of what people think of your system. Look, at the end of the day, Azzo, if you and I are GMs in baseball, and I'm looking at your system and you're looking at mine, I don't care what that ranking is. If I like your player, I like your player.
Right.
This is all kind of more window dressing for making calls league wide and gaining interest in your guys. GMs, when they dig a little deeper, those rankings, with respect to those rankings, it's a different ballgame.
But those guys know who they're talking to and what people view
they
them
do.
as.
But at the end of the day, my value on your prospect and the value placed on
That's
my
all
prospect,
you want to pay.
Trading's a personal thing.
For sure.
And I got news for you. Ross basically just trades with Cleveland.
I'm just
so
saying,
as long as Cleveland likes our system, that's all I care about.
I'm saying I'll take 15 over 27
Yes.
any year. And especially for a team, like you don't usually see that, right? A team make a run to the World Series and their farm system improve at the same time.
Thomas in the chat, they found some diamonds in the rough as well. No, but listen, at the end of the day, these things to some GMs, it gets their attention. There is some value in this. Some people would poo-poo those rankings. I don't necessarily do that. I think
they're in a better spot.
That can matter. I think that can matter. And yeah, the Leafs are in a better spot. What'd you say?
No, I said no, but I'd rather be in the better spot. But again, we also don't know if another pitcher goes down, who's that next starter. We can't pinpoint him on the roster right now, right?
No. RJ in the chat writes, mutual friend Jeff Blair. Blair always says a player is only as valuable as another team
and it's
sees.
The truth.
It's boom,
bang on.
Like, but these rankings are fun. I'm not saying the rankings aren't a good time.
It just means you have more down there, is what I'm saying.
Oh, seemingly yes. Seemingly yes. And listen, let's not rewrite history on Anthopoulos. He stripped the cupboards bare
before he left. 100%.
There was you can talk about Atkins berating him and Shapiro berating him. You can talk about this and that. The fact of the matter is that happened for a 2-year run. And anyone who denies that was not paying attention and has completely forgotten about the history of it. Because that is exactly what took place. And if I'm an incoming GM, I'd be a little perturbed too. Yes. Especially if Anthopoulos knew he was out and said to hell with it. Like Shanahan last year and those 2 first round picks.
How many years did
same deal.
Yeah.
Same deal. I'd be a little perturbed too if I was the GM coming in. I would.
But do you remember how many years Anthopoulos got? Like, remember Jose Batista calling him out for not making moves multiple years? Like, there were years Anthopoulos did nothing at the deadline.
True.
pissed Batista
True.
off. Guys were making public comments about it. And then the last year, you went all in.
I remember that trade deadline in Houston where there was almost a mutiny in the
Right,
clubhouse.
exactly.
The Jays didn't do anything.
Yeah, so everybody remembers the last one because he did go all in because he knew he was on his way out.
Now, the Jays were also kind of banged up. It's tough when you go in the trade deadline sometimes banged up. Like I think GMs need some grace there because you don't really. It's tough. It's tough.
Especially if you're on the cusp. Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
It's tough. Slosh in the chat. AA was so sick to have at the wheel. All in. David Price trade deadline. Cinema chanting "Thank you, Alex" in Baltimore, Camden Yards.
Remember that? Yeah.
The final series of the year. Really? Was that the final series of the year, or like the second last series of the
Pretty
year?
close.
Was
what was that run they went on? Like they barely lost a game down that stretch.
They kicked the Yankees' ass.
Yeah.
We'll hear a call from that coming up. But like, if you're Anthopoulos, yeah, you got drunk on the feeling a little bit, and I understand that. But let's not act like Shapiro and Atkins didn't have cause to be a little irked, a little perturbed.
Anyways, my point was, if you're like to look at why Ross would get that kind of extension besides the World Series run, there's that too. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it on the pile with everything else.
Slosh in the chat. Also remember R.A. Dickey and Josh Tolley. Yes, Anthopoulos did that too. We got to remember all the things. Let's remember all the things.
Remember the Marlins trade. Like, sometimes you make big trades that you think are going to make you World Series contenders, and then it doesn't work out that way. So what did we say last week? Trust the process of getting to the postseason. Don't automatically count it.
MST in the chat. Just a question. Has Anthopoulos won a World Series? Yes.
He has.
Yes. As the GM. Yes. He has. Made some shrewd moves at deadline. Eddie Rosario, some good bats he brought up. Some good bats. I remember that. Yeah. Okay, so you're good with both of these extensions today, generally.
Yeah,
I just wanted.
Of
Okay,
course.
you're fine.
Yeah,
you're not a little surprised, even after hearing from Atkins.
5 would have been a bit much. Like
Schneider gets 2 years. Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
I thought it would have been
surprised.
like you said. If Mark got 5, I thought Atkins maybe 4, 3, 4, and then Schneider 2. I'm okay with. Okay. Again, managers sometimes have a short shelf life, man, and I think they know that. Company like Rogers would understand.
I still think someone in an organization is super pissed about Game 7.
And the thing is, we never
super pissed.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that.
Ed.
But like, we don't even know what he's getting. Like, because managers' salaries, I feel rank.
I got to tell
you
something.
All over the place.
I got to tell you something. If John Schneider is not in the bottom third of manager salary, I would be stunned.
See, I think this would have bumped him up. That's why I think he did the opposite of the Leafs. Got shorter term, more money for that.
Okay, it might have played out that way. It might. I take the term personally. I take the term over the money.
Yeah, of course,
I take the term over the money because that's security.
But I'm saying his first contract would have put him probably at the bottom of managerial what managers were making because they were giving him a shot. Nobody else, like you said, had interest in him. Yeah. But he's proven his way now. So I think this time, he got shorter term, more money per year.
I hope he did.
I think he did. How could he not?
I still think
people love him.
I still think he's owed that for. Listen, I got to tell you, cursing aside, Schneider was a hell of a representative of that team in this city in that run. To the point, like I loved Gibby, but Gibby had a way. Like Gibby, every time you talk to Gibby, it was like there was tobacco ready to come out of his mouth. You know what I mean? Like just an older school guy, but like it got a little. You need more of a PR guy sometimes.
No, you do, and he does that really well.
And Schneider is a great guy on the mic. He's a great guy on the
awesome.
mic. He's arguably
and he sticks up for his players.
Not since Paul Maurice has there been a guy deal with the media as well as John Schneider in the city.
Agreed.
I believe.
I couldn't agree with you.
I shouldn't say that. Dwayne Casey was pretty good.
Yeah, that's true too.
And Nick Nurse was fine, but he always felt like he was moments away from telling you to stick it.
Yeah, he was.
That's the vibe I always got from Nurse. But I thought Schneider does it in a way that is as clean as I've seen in this city in a long time in terms of dealing with the press. And the amount of press a manager has to do, like in a World Series year, is insanity.
Yeah, it's true.
It is
every
insanity.
Day. But he stands up for his players and everything. Did I ever tell you the story when I ran into him at Bud Stage last year?
Who was John Schneider? What was the concert? Let me guess. Morgan Wallen.
No, it wasn't actually. It wasn't. It was like an old school hip hop one. It was like Nelly and Ja Rule and like some other old.
He was at that show,
dude, and he was having a good time.
Extra points for John Schneider.
I know.
Extra
but he would stop to people and talk to them for like 20 minutes. Like you're right, he does the PR thing so well, and like you always feel like he's being straight with you, which is all you can ask. And he stands up for his players. Like the players seem to love him.
That he does.
So he knows what he's doing, man. He is a player's manager, but he's also like everybody around there loves him.
Slosh in the chat. John Schneider keeps it a buck. Shield for his team, even though he's a bit younger, but he does stand up. What a dog. I'm down with what the streets are saying. I understand what you're saying.
There you go.
John is an honorary Canadian at this point. Schneider,
100%.
if Schneider wants to win over the crowd, message to any coach in this city, any manager, Raptors, Jays. When's the last time the Leafs hired an American coach? I guess it was Ron Wilson.
Probably.
I guess it was Ron Wilson. You want to make inroads with the fan base? Become a citizen. Become a citizen. Nah, that's points. Sorry. You don't think that's points?
I guess.
I think that's points. Did Nick Nurse become a citizen?
I don't know. He wasn't here long
You
enough.
don't care about. You don't think that moves the needle with the fan base at all?
I think you could play that part without actually becoming a citizen. Get out of here.
That's funny. You don't give a damn about
No,
that.
who cares? As long as you act Canadian, you're fine. You don't actually have to do it. Who actually sees?
There's some Charlie Montoya love going on in this chat right now. Shout out Charlie. Charlie
And
was a
other
good
people
man.
are mentioning John Farrell. Remember him? Jeez.
John Farrell. Wasn't he the Vietnam vet who wasn't a Vietnam vet?
Yeah.
Is that not him?
Was that him? I don't remember
I can't-
that story.
I can't remember this. There was
Came from Boston, right?
John Farrell. Oh no, he wouldn't. No, I'm thinking of the Boston guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't John Farrell.
Yeah.
But John Farrell was a serious dude.
He was a very serious.
He was
dude.
like didn't have the John Schneider personality.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No kidding.
Tim Johnson is what I'm thinking of. Thanks, Steve. It was Tim
There
Johnson.
you go. I remember that.
He was
story
like, yeah, when I was in battle.
Yeah.
Nope, you weren't. You were not
Just
in
trying.
battle.
Ron Wilson was actually born in Windsor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So who?
But he was part of USA Hockey, though, was he not?
I believe so.
Was Ron Wilson Canadian? This is the beauty of a pod. You
Because
can
I'm
just
trying to
kinda
look.
type
I'm
in
trying to
quickly.
look at who you were talking about.
Dual citizenship.
He moved from Fort Erie to Riverside, Rhode
All right.
Island when he was 12 years old. But he
Really?
was born, born in Windsor, Ontario, raised in Fort Erie, according to Wikipedia. And Wikipedia is never wrong.
Never wrong. Never wrong. All right, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So I don't even know when they had their last U.S. coach. Like, man.
That's interesting.
Anyway.
Okay, but listen, congratulations to two guys who've taken some heat in the city, and John
Definitely.
Schneider and Ross Atkins.
And have earned their keep. Like,
and
for
and,
sure.
and to all the fans who dump on Atkins constantly today, you gotta leave it alone today. It's like when Steve Young won the Super Bowl, and he goes, "You criticized me yesterday, you criticize me tomorrow. Today, you shut the hell up. I'm a Super Bowl champion."
Now, will
Ross
we be
Atkins,
talking the same way after the trade deadline this year if they still don't have a closer? We'll see. But,
do you expect Ross Atkins to go all in at the deadline? Like we don't know his move at the deadline. This is not a swing for the fences trade deadline guy. This is, and now he has.
But when you got to Game 7 of the World Series and
he's
we're that close,
When is the? Hold on, I wrote this down. MLB trade deadline. It's in my calendar. MLB trade deadline is when is it? I have no idea. It's about the end of July.
all right.
MLB, and I bet you good money
Mhm.
that Ross Atkins is not going to deviate in any way, shape, or form from the conservative Monday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. Eastern. There's no way he's going all in this year. Unless the AL East looks awful and the Mariners all of a sudden can't do anything right because of Rosarena and Raleigh are fighting. Like that, everything has to go wrong in the American League, I think, for Ross Atkins to go, now is our time. Now is our time.
I don't know, dude.
Okay, we'll see.
You think if they're a closer away from like solidifying that back end, he won't do it?
They were
No matter what,
They
I
were
think?
closer away last year, Azzo.
You think they knew that though?
Yes, they knew it.
No, they
Because your closer gave up home runs like it was candy on Halloween. That's how I know but they were stubborn about it. That's the last thing Atkins and Shapiro and Schneider have to figure out.
That's right. Do you think they'll be stubborn about it this year? Yeah.
Now, there were comments at the end of the year that suggested they'd learned their lesson on you're not the closer because I say you're the closer. You're the closer because you've earned the right to be the closer. Big difference. Big difference. And there's a lot of baseball fans in this city who don't want to admit a closer who gives up like 3 home runs per 9 is not a closer. And you learn that in Game 7.
Yep.
That's the last complaint I have of this crew. All of them. Shapiro, Atkins, Schneider. That guy is not a 9th inning guy. Jeff Hoffman's not that player. You cannot be giving up taters like that as a closer. That's insanity. But no one wants to move off that. They're not World Series champions today because they still have issues moving based on ego. That's why the Jays are not World Series champions right now. That's it. No more, no less. They were good enough to be. George Springer did everything in his power to make them World Series champion last year.
Yep.
They were right there. They were an out away. Pop. The one complaint everyone had about Hoffman that everyone fought the other way on to ignore hit you right between the eyes, and then you had to shut the hell up about it. So now what? So the season's about to start, and Hoffman's still here. For now. Is it Louis Varland? Who knows long term?
Or if there isn't one, do they go get one? Like, they could have went and got Durant last year, but they settled for Sir Anthony to try and challenge Hoffman, and it didn't work.
Sir Anthony's going to do well with the White Sox this year.
There's a reason he went there.
Jacqueline in the chat. Hoffman plays around with full counts. Not cool. No, I agree. It's not cool at all. Anything else on the signings, Azzo? Because it really, for a lot of reasons, it was a whoa moment for me.
Yeah,
a lot of reasons.
I'm happy for John Schneider.
So am I. John Schneider loves this organization.
He does. Wow, he's been here long enough.
He loves the organization. Don Mattingly couldn't spell Toronto. This guy has been here for 25 years. Yes, give him an extension. Yes, even if it was 2031, I'd kind of be like, but I'd live with it.
But that's a good point.
But I'd live with it.
Who saw him outlasting Don Mattingly? Everybody knew that's why Mattingly was here.
Yes.
Right?
No, it's true. It's true. Okay. Elsewhere, look, if it weren't for the extensions today, I think the lead Jays item for Azzo and I would be who's going to deal with Toronto starting pitching here to start the year? Because as much as I loathe spring training, I will hold it close to my bosom if things are going well for the Jays. And I will ignore the bad stuff. The good stuff's the rotation. Dylan Cease went out there yesterday against Tampa, 5 innings, no runs allowed, 6 strikeouts. And some of the quotes that are coming out of camp about Cease, his slider is all world, his fastball is all world. But this is what Dylan Cease said afterwards yesterday. Honestly, I'm in a better spot than I was even really expecting. I like where I'm at mechanically, mixing in changeups, and I'm throwing a bunch of different pitches for strikes for the most part. I like where I'm at. Schneider followed with this. Those are the things we're talking about. The stuff is the stuff, but how to use it and try to have a few more weapons to get a little bit deeper into games. I haven't seen a negative here from Cease, Azzo. Like, do I need to temper these expectations on Dylan Cease?
I told you what I thought.
I know.
I think he's going to be in the Cy Young conversation. I mean, as long as he doesn't try and mix in all these pitches too much. If it's working, it's working. But I like that option. It's like a newer, younger Chris Bassett, right? See what pitches are working for you that day.
Well, I hope he's a younger Chris Bassett.
Yeah, of course.
And he doesn't have nine pitches he's trying to put into his pitch comp.
But it seems like he's throwing more pitches than he ever has. Like he does have a good mix of pitches.
Yeah.
So if one's not working, maybe another one does. And again, this is why they love Pete Walker. He makes those little adjustments to the road, to your movements and your setup and everything that can help you out a ton. Look what it did for Robbie Ray and those guys. Like, come on.
There's a lot of Pete Walker love right now in the chat. TJ in the chat says 20-game winner. I mean, listen, 20 games nowadays in MLB is pretty difficult to attain.
It is.
I'll take 15 plus. I'm very happy with 15 plus. But
and a guy who can be consistent, make all the starts where it's not putting strain on somebody else. I like it. So I want to bring this up to you, though. I saw this over the weekend. I think it was Saturday. MLB.com put out their pitching staff rankings for the start of the year. The Blue Jays are number 9, and the Yankees and the Red Sox are ahead of them. What do you think of that? So I'm guessing this is just based on the guys. I mean, because this was just a post on socials.
It is fun. The Mets being behind the Jays are interesting in that they just spent some money on Freddie Peralta,
right,
and assets. Like, it's not like the Mets don't have pitching. It's their defense and other things that people are looking at with the Mets that look a little weird.
And the Tigers and the Pirates are just because of the front end of those rotations, right?
With all due respect to the Brewers, losing Peralta does not mean they're ahead of the Jays on this list. I completely disagree with that. The Pirates, really?
I know.
Just with Skeens,
I guess.
Just Skeens makes them a better rotation. Sorry, is a rotation one guy? Am I missing something? The Tigers, okay. I'll give you the Tigers.
I mean, it is their strength.
Skubal and Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander, okay. The Red Sox can pitch. If the Red Sox had the Jays first in the wild card series last year, Jays wouldn't have done it.
It would have been trouble.
Over.
I don't know about over. It would have been trouble.
Over. Oh, yeah. Sweep. The Phillies, if they can get super healthy, if Zach Wheeler can come back. Did you see the Christopher Sanchez thing they did yesterday?
I did.
They had this guy, for Blue Jay fans who weren't following, Christopher Sanchez was easily one of the best pitchers in baseball last year as a lefty. So the Phillies had him signed through to 2030. They tore that contract up, gave him $107 million, and he's now signed through 2033. Like, in terms of free agency, like this offseason, That's a pretty good deal for the Phillies. Now, you can argue if you're Sanchez and you're going into a salary cap world in baseball, maybe you don't do much better than that. I don't know. The salary cap's looming in baseball. So players and agents are making unique decisions. But the Phillies just took one of the best lefties in the game and extended his availability to them by 3 years. They gave him 2 extra years on the deal yesterday, and they have a team option for 2033.
Yeah.
Love what the Phillies did.
Sure.
And if you're Sanchez, you're like, sorry, you're offering me $100 million for me and my family? Done. Ozzie Albies like a long time ago with the Braves got destroyed for that. He took a contract some thought was less than value. But whatever. If you're comfortable, the team's comfortable, the hell with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. No 3-putting. Sid Nazzo drank the John Schneider Kool-Aid. I sipped it. I didn't have a full drink. I sipped the John Schneider Kool-Aid. You got to give him some credit. I'm sorry.
You do.
Some people in this town won't give Atkins, Shapiro, or Schneider any credit. You got to give them some. That's insanity. That's insanity not to give them any credit.
Like, I think he learned. To me, John Schneider last year found some of his own voice when things were happening.
Yes.
Right? Like, I don't know. And that couldn't have been easy. Like you said, like, when did they start having to, like, they were playing towards matchups. They were reorganizing the lineup every day, the rotation or the bullpen. Like, that's not easy. That's why it worries me a little bit that you have to do it for 162 games this year. But that's not easy, figuring that stuff out and giving these guys the confidence to go out there every day and just step up when they're actually inserted into the lineup.
See, this comment here from Project Cobra in the chat is interesting to me. Schneider is a potty mouth micromanager. Barrios, Bassett, and the 4 champagne celebrations? Stupid. Screw him. You really listen. I don't like all the champagne celebrations either.
It was too much.
It's a lot.
I agree.
But
for a team who wasn't supposed to be there, I'm okay with it too.
Guys, you gotta give Schneider a bit more love than that.
Who saw that run coming last year?
No one.
Nobody. So let them have some fun. Like, geez, and they were right there. They had it.
They had it.
They had it.
Bad landscaping in Game 6 cost them the World Series. It really wasn't Schneider, although in Game 7 it might have been. So Kevin Gausman wasn't great Saturday. We'll ignore that. Max Scherzer, though, on the Friday against the Twins, 5 innings, 3 Ks, no earned runs allowed for Max Scherzer. I feel like we have to temper this. I'm getting concerned.
Why?
Because it's too good to be true. He's 41. Either one of his thumbs can fall off at any time. Like, it's a problem. Like, I think it's a problem. To be this invested and act like a 41-year-old is this much of a lock. This is what worries me. Because you and I still sitting here have no idea who the 6th starter is now. We have no clue. None.
I haven't had a chance to read it. Ken Rosenthal apparently wrote a big piece on him today and how he got ready for the season and what competing this year meant to him. So I'm gonna reserve judgment on something about a piano playing has helped him. I'm saying let's just ride this out. Why can't we ride Max out for let him give you whatever he's got
till the wheels fall off? They're gonna ride him out.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I hear people going, "We're fine. We got Max Scherzer." My attitude is, Max Scherzer's 41 years old. Let's see what happens.
He's a Hall of Famer. Let's see what happens. He's a competitor, man. Let's see what happens.
But he's not like now a Hall of Fame level pitcher.
How do you know?
Because he's 41.
That doesn't matter. Have you watched the Nolan Ryan documentary?
Are you telling me? Wait a second.
Nolan Ryan could do it late into his career.
Are you saying 3-time Cy Young winner Max Scherzer is the guy they have right now? Obviously, that's not the case. You know that. I know that.
But he could be really good. He's a competitor, man.
They just need him to be good.
He pumps himself up so much. Have you seen him yell? Like, he gets into everything. When that's burning in you, come on, I give him a chance. As long as he's healthy, he's going out there and he's competing.
This chat just turned really blue. Sean in the chat, I'll ride Max any day. Guys,
oh, boy.
Guys, easy. The show's rated PG-13. So we'll see on the Scherzer thing. I'm rooting for Max. We'll see. You mentioned, though, how there's still some roster decisions to be made between now and opening day on Friday. And let me throw this out here. Azo found this from Arden's Welling.
I thought he laid it out the best.
Yeah, for those wondering what the remaining questions are for Schneider and the staff.
I think Schneider said this morning, too, the roster's due on Wednesday. So we'll probably find out Thursday morning, maybe Friday, but it's due on Wednesday.
So Arden writes, competition for Blue Jays' final bullpen spot has come down to Chase Lee and Spencer Miles. Okay. Final bench spot will be one of David Schneider or Leo Jimenez. All will travel to Toronto, on Monday night. Expect club to make final decisions by Wednesday afternoon. Listen, if Leo Jimenez hasn't made this club by now, he's not going to make this club. Like, let's I'm not waiting on Leo Jimenez. He's had a lot of opportunities to show.
For sure.
He's had the same Ernie Clement and Nathan Lucas, and like he's had all those opportunities. And he's still like, is he going to be the 25th or 26th guy? I don't know. Like, listen, just give you had a theory as to why David Schneider is going to.
Well, I'm saying David Schneider was part of the run last year, so he was here. He's done it. Do you remember he led off a World Series game and he hit second a bunch too?
Jesus Christ, I remember that.
Right?
He led off
after Springer got hurt.
The Jays were in the World Series.
Yeah,
the Jays were in a World Series or deep in the playoffs, and at one point started Max Scherzer in Game 7, and David Schneider led off.
Yeah,
an LCS or a World Series.
Yeah, one of those games. Yeah, it was after Schneider or after Springer got hurt.
Crazy.
But yeah, okay. So my theory was he's now their PA rep, right? Doesn't that give him the advantage to make the team? Shouldn't he automatically be on the team?
Major League Baseball player reps normally aren't in the minors.
Buffalo.
They should be because it gives you a different window into the needs of most professional baseball players.
But I'm just curious, if he doesn't make the roster, would they have to change who their rep is?
I don't think so. But it would certainly put you at a disadvantage.
It would be weird.
It's like, guys, we have a meeting with the PA. Where's Davis? He's on the bus to Erie. He's on a bus. That's not good.
By the way, one more thing about Schneider, Max Scherzer, since you said bus. He took a long bus ride to make that start on, when was it, Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Like, man, that's a guy who's ready to go. To your point, a Hall of Famer, 41-year-old, he never has to ride that bus. Nope. He did it on Friday to make that start and pitch that well.
Boom.
Like, he's itching. I feel like he really wants this, man.
Boom. You just got Azo'd on that point.
Yeah.
That's true.
I forgot to bring that up.
Scherzer didn't have to do anything Friday, and he went out there and rode the bus. Like, have you ever seen a guy who loves baseball the way Max Scherzer? Like, we hear that a lot. It's the dumbest line ever. It's like, in golf, it was like, no one wants to win more than Tiger. Really? You know that? Really? You know no one wants to win more. The guy fighting for his PGA Tour card, trying to make the cut on a Friday
over at
when no one's around. Yeah. Like, no one's like, really? We know that. But like, Scherzer is giving you enough evidence that he wants to pitch into his 50s. He just wants to be around the guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
and he wants to be around the guys.
He wants to pull his own weight when he goes out there every fifth day.
And be around the guys.
Yes, 100%.
Doesn't want to go home. He wants to be around the guys.
I wish he's Savage was going to be around him a bit more, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll happen.
If he's never won a World Series, if he's never been to a championship series, if he's never won a Cy Young, like, hanging on like this makes complete sense to me. That guy is going to Cooperstown first ballot, you would think.
Definitely.
And he's still doing it.
I know.
I think it's so wild to see. He's like a 9-year-old.
I think he was okay with the contract too. Just keep
wants to play. Love
keep
it.
challenging himself to give him 10 more innings to get all those bonuses. It's basically $1 million for every 10 innings he pitches after a certain.
It's true. The bonus. Well, that's a smart contract.
I love it.
I love it.
But I think it's great for Max too because it keeps remotivating him.
And you won't be hearing about the thumb a lot.
Yes.
Right.
No, I think we're past. We got to be.
Well, with those bonus clauses, I guarantee you we're past it.
Yeah,
Jeremy in the chat. Major props for Scherzer's daughter and that letter. Yep, that's what got it done.
100%.
It was Max Scherzer's daughter. And J Law in the chat, Alec Manoah could close for the Jays. Could happen at this point.
He's done, right?
Could happen. Mm. By the way, Davis Schneider this spring is hitting 132.
Yeah, he's had an awful spring.
His OPS.
But so did Springer last year.
His OPS is don't even pay attention to it.
He's had an awful spring.
Like, it's not even a number. It's just like, move on.
They got other guys who had options down there. Like, I know they mentioned a few guys. How do you pronounce it? Kesvedges? Or what is it? He's an infielder too, and they love him.
Oh, you got me there.
Yeah, okay.
By late May, I'll know for
it's
sure.
It's with a K. K-E-S-W-I. They're still debating this is where he's on the cusp because people don't even know how to properly say his name. I'm sure when he comes up, he'll tell people.
Whatever Shulman.
Yeah.
And Sid will decide.
Kasevich, I think it is.
Oh, Kasevich. Okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else on the Jays here before we move on?
I'm good. Dude, 50 minutes on the Jays. It's opening day week.
Can't say we're just a hockey show today.
I love it.
Great time of year, Azo.
I love it.
And it's a great time to say hello to Betway. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. Again, the Jays open up Friday. I think everyone in this town's ready, man. Holy cow. I've never seen a city more ready for Blue Jays baseball than this one.
It's true.
The Leafs have been smacking you in the face for months. Some
of them need to be smacked in the face.
Let's do the 1138 line here from Delicious Seabass, Azo in the chat. as we transition into the Leafs, he writes, I can't wait to hear what Sid has to say about Nylander sending his own goalie to the hospital during warmups. A headline you never thought you'd ever see, but in this Leaf season, extremely plausible. Extremely plausible. Leafs played 2 games, one Friday, one Saturday. Both were weird. Both ended up in losses. The true negative is they picked up a point against Carolina Friday. So the Leafs are 4 points out of the 5th worst record spot in the league. They're actually creeping towards it. That's a good weekend, actually.
They also picked up that point because of Nylander, which also pissed me off. I know. Get him off the ice at the end of games. Why is he on there?
Nylander.
He's going to screw him every chance he gets.
Yes.
He screwed them on Friday by scoring that late goal. Put Cowan out there.
Because someone, remember the scene in The Simpsons where the guy was like when I say Mr. Black and step on your foot. Remember when he was going into witness protection?
Yeah.
I think he's talking to you. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's William Nylander.
Dude.
They've tried to explain to him both what to do when they want to win games and what to do when they don't want to win games. He doesn't understand either. He doesn't understand
Or
either.
he doesn't care.
That's the one.
Like that. If Cowan scored that goal, I would have an okay time with it. Like, it's Cowan, he's trying. It's Nylander. Come on, dude.
Yes. Dan Ruiz in the chat. I'm going to do this in the impression that he wants. Oh my God, Nylander removes the jersey it's a Florida Panther jersey on Nylander. My God, what did he do to Stolarz? He necked him.
That's pretty good.
That's my Jim Ross.
That's
I'm trying
good.
to do my Jim Ross. Okay, so let me start here with the Leafs. There's like when you think of Leaf traditions, what are they? And don't say golfing. I know you want to say golfing.
Pretty good answer.
Right?
I like that.
That's a good initial take. Golfing.
Can you say losing in the first round? Is that like golfing? No.
One and the same. But like traditions, and right now for the Leafs, the Highlanders at the home opener, the bagpipes come out, which I love.
Of course.
It's a great tradition.
Shout out Glenn Healy.
St. Patrick's Day jerseys.
Yep.
Next gen game.
I was about to bring that up. Yep.
And after that, in terms of on ice traditions, because they do listen, the Leafs. I know everyone's mad at the Leafs. They do a ton of work in the community. They go to sick kids, stuff like these are things the Leafs have done every year. The Conn Smythe dinner, amazing, and the Leafs support that.
We're talking in arena.
I'm talking like in arena, fan kind of stuff. Like, what are their traditions? Not many.
Presenting to the armed forces.
Armed Forces night. Yeah. It's always great. To me, there's one on par with all of them. And by all of them, I mean the 3 that we thought of. And it's non-negotiable. And if you're a Leaf, you do this. And if you can't do this, the door is right there. Compete on Saturday nights. Yeah. That's it. Growing up as a kid, sitting here as a 40-year-old, that tradition for me, I don't know about people listening or watching this, that tradition to me needs to be sacred for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Saturday nights cannot be mail-in night. Can't be.
Even if it is on a back-to-back.
I don't care.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So I think that's still important to me.
Of course.
And to watch that Saturday in Ottawa, by the way, they announced the attendance 17,000 in Ottawa. Yeah, right. I saw the pictures from the press box. Give me a break. There were 17,000. That's an insult for both teams.
Agreed.
For both teams.
Now we know how Habs fans went in there and started the wave themselves. Yeah, no kidding.
Give me a break.
No kidding.
But I think an effort on a Saturday needs to matter.
Of course. No, I'm with you
for this team.
Of course.
Nothing happens unless that happens. And I don't know what that was. So let me.
I agree. I tried to hype it up, saying they're going to be mad at Brady, all this stuff. That might have been one of the worst games I've watched the whole year.
You hyped it up. Barube hyped it up.
Yeah, man.
Tavares hyped it up. There's not a quote I care about less than John Tavares.
And who you played in the playoffs last year? In the Battle of Ontario was supposed to be back.
Ottawa.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, man. That was very disappointing.
I couldn't believe that.
Yep.
Yusuf in the chat, that arena in Ottawa is a joke. Yeah, they know it too. That's why they want a new one. It's true. Location's weird. It's not good. So I want to start with the Carolina game on the Friday. Leafs lose 4-3 in overtime. William Nylander gets a point for the Leafs. It's true. Very true.
I thought that was the angriest he could make me all weekend, was scoring that goal.
Oh. Saturday Willie said to Friday Willie, hold my beer.
Watch this.
Hold my beer, Friday Willie. I'm Saturday Willie.
Damn, Willie.
But let's start with Friday. And if you were to rank the issues with the Toronto Maple Leafs this season, where would goaltending rank? Honestly, I'm asking the chat live on X and YouTube as well. Where does goaltending rank? Goaltending's not in my top 8.
Yeah,
it might not be in my top
10.
8.
Yeah.
10?
No, you're getting there. Well, but injuries or the goalie play?
I mean, just goalies generally.
Yeah.
However you want it. When the goalies are in the crease, let me phrase it that way. Regardless if it's Stolarz, Hildeby, or Wall, how many nights have you watched them play and say, only if they got a save? This isn't Edmonton.
No.
Like, they got goalies.
They do.
They don't have Vezina goalies, but they got some goalies. Some guys who can play a little bit.
Even Hildeby played well when he was up.
Like, low. Andy in the chat, 12th maybe. Yusuf, very low. Jay Caro, one of the best tandems last year. Yeah. All true. Slosh, very low. Imagine our goalies with a competent D. There's the rub. So, Barube, after the game Friday, like Wall allowed 3 goals in regulation, then the game winner in OT. I've seen teams win whose goalie gives up 3 goals before. It's happened before in National Hockey League history, just so we're clear on that. Was Wall the best Friday? Probably not. Is what it is. And then Barube, after the game, is asked about Joseph Wall's performance, because the question that prefaced it was, he's played a lot lately.
He has. I was going to bring this up.
So keep in mind, it is none other than Craig Barube playing Joseph Wall a lot.
I think 5 of 7 go after Saturday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So the guy who's playing Joseph Wall a lot after the game Friday night critiqued the goalie that he's playing a lot this way.
Well, but, like tonight in the end, I think, I know we need a save. Like, whether it's the OT or it's one of the breakaways, we just need a big save there.
You know what else they need? A big non-giveaway in their own end. A big neutral zone push on a guy flying through. You know what they need? They need Michelli and Morgan Riley not puking all over themselves at the other blue line, leading to a shorthanded break. They really could use that.
Maybe some better structure.
Better coaching. They need better coaching.
Thank you.
They need someone who's willing to adjust, and not just the makeup is using the C4 on his horrific scar. Like, maybe that's what they need. You're calling out Joseph Wall. You're calling out Joseph Wall considering Simone Benoit and Philippe Myers are in front of him. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Brandon Carlo has, the last time he threw a hit, I believe, was before Carney became prime minister. But no, we got to go at Joseph Wall now. Craig Barube has lost it. And when he gets fired, it will be justified. Is he getting fired?
I kind of was thinking about this on the weekend. I wanted to bring this up to you. Considering the fact that Treliving keeps saying like the autopsy is going to be done after the season, should they have fired him already? Just to see what another coach can get out of these guys? So
the Mark Savard thing was the cowardly firing. They didn't have the balls to fire Barube, so they're like, here's change. See, that's what concerns me more than anything. They knew what they had to do at Christmas. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
And
talk to Columbus.
So I'm talking myself into, they know what they're doing at the end of the season. No, they don't.
No, they don't. That's what I'm saying. Should
No
they have
idea.
brought in another voice just to see what he could get out of some of these guys, what structure suits these guys, especially if you're still considering a retool for next year? I thought about this a lot on the weekend. Like, maybe they should have made a coaching change, because I was with you on letting Barube finish the year. But at this point, maybe they did need another voice just to see how these guys would react. And so you know if you can retool or not.
Yelm Jordan in the chat. Only person they should keep is Steve Sullivan. What the hell is Steve Sullivan doing right now? Like we're gonna judge Steve Sullivan.
Doesn't matter.
Get a good power play for 2 weeks. Then what? I just think I thought that was cheap and a little low class from Craig Barube to go after a goalie in this season when you're a defensive coach allegedly. Your defense looks like that every night. You put William Nylander out there for 24 shifts a night, and you're going to tell the goalie that he needs to come up with a save? William Nylander can't spell defense,
and you've been riding that goalie,
and you're going after Joseph Wall. Craig Barube has lost his mind. Craig Barube needs to be careful here. The next job's also floating away with this garbage. It's not just this job.
No, I know.
People are looking at this going, I don't know what that. So sorry, you want him around our prospects?
Yeah, exactly.
How'd that work in St. Louis? How'd that work in Toronto? Toronto have one prospect, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I couldn't believe that one.
Can I ask you a quick question on the Wall thing?
That. Go ahead.
Why do you think they're playing him 5-7 like that? And then what ended up being Saturday night too? Like, are they trying to push him physically to see how much he can take, or are they maybe auditioning him to put him up on the market?
I think the Leafs got calls at the deadline, and I think they're going to get a lot more calls in the offseason about goalies, and they want to know if he's physically up for it. I think talent-wise, he's up for it. I think mentally, he's a smart kid. He's a very good teammate. He's one of the few good teammates in that room. He will not throw anyone under a bus.
Yep.
Whether it makes him look bad or not. Wall is he looks like a very good teammate. And we know he has talent. Can he handle it physically? I think it's a completely legitimate thing for Brad Treliving and whoever's running the Leafs to want to know. So I agree with this run. I agree with it.
Okay.
I
was curious about it because I couldn't put my finger on it. I wasn't sure.
Correct. That's exactly where I'm at.
And he can play a mean piano.
Plays a really good piano.
Very good.
Yep. All right. So the other thing from Friday is, and Friday morning, this is another reason Barube's lost it. Barube spent time Friday morning after the morning skate saying how he went up to Nylander and said, "Are you a passer or shooter now? Like, what are you doing? Because you don't shoot. What's going on?" I don't know why I just gave him a New York accent, but I did. That's not Barube.
It's a St. Louis accent, maybe.
That's not even a St. Louis accent. I couldn't give you a St. Louis accent. But he Viper in the chat, plus minus is an overrated stat. No, it isn't.
Because somebody was saying Carlo's +8. He's the best defender they have.
Well, for Carlo, it's overrated, yes. Sorry. It's an imperfect stat at times, but I think 70% of the time it works every time.
I want to say that was true. I don't know.
Carlos, there's no way Carlo's a +8. Is he a +8?
That's what somebody in the chat said. I wanted to look
But
this
also,
up
Jake McCabe was some crazy plus-minus number as well this year. And he's been...
Which tells you the goalies are pretty good, no?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. +9 on Carlos.
+7, I guess, after Saturday's game. He's +7 right now. Actually, most of their D guys are plus. Stetcher's +13.
Plus minus is a stat for people of limited. Sorry. Listen to this.
Hang
M. Pierce in the chat. Hold on a second. Plus minus is a stat for people of limited intelligence. Whoa. That's unfair.
So hold on.
That's way unfair.
Jake McCabe +11. I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong thing. Brandon Carlo +9.
Both have been terrible.
I know.
Both have been awful. But for Max Domi, it's pretty accurate. What's Michelli's plus-minus? That's Civ. What's Michelli's plus-minus? What's his
-16.
-16.
Wow.
He's lucky it's -16.
Morgan's -17. Nye's -19.
I thought Morgan would be -20s for
Max Domi -21. Who's at the very bottom?
Yeah. So Max Domi's plus-minus doesn't relate, guys? No?
John Tavares -26.
Oh, he's been one of their worst players.
Anyway. You
know what I love, by the way, about Friday's game? We didn't even talk about Willie. Fridays, we'll get there. Friday's overtime. This is why Barube's lost his mind. His 3 for overtime on Friday night was Jake McCabe, John Tavares, and Willie. One guy hates playing defense. The other 2, I could beat in any foot race anytime.
I've seen you run.
3-on-3 overtime. There's more ice. There's more of the ice to skate around, right? In what world do you say to yourselves, if I don't have Jake McCabe for this situation, we're dead? And some of you may say, yeah, but Tavares is good on faceoffs. Great. You know there's hockey after the faceoff, right? You know there's hockey well after a faceoff. Barube has a lot to answer for here. A lot. That is stupidity. And I'm not saying I wanted him to win the game, but show me you're done without telling me you're done. Jake McCabe, John Tavares, and Willie. So no one's playing any defense at all. And I know it's an offensively driven 5 minutes. I get it. At some point, someone has to come back with speed and maybe give yourself a chance. Wow.
Woosa. Remember Woosa? What the chat said?
I know Woosa.
I know you don't.
You know what I hate?
It's amazing.
I was thinking of this the other day. Thank you for bringing this up. I hate, and I've been asked to do this plenty of times in my career. Someone would say to me, Sid, just vent at me for 5 minutes and then you'll feel fine. BS. Makes me feel worse. Do you know how weird you have to be as a person to have like a bunch of things happen to you that genuinely believe you've been wronged? And then because you vented for 5 minutes and woosad or whatever it is, all of a sudden everything goes away? That is an ass backwards way of looking at every problem.
100%. Especially when you keep getting triggered, when you have to keep watching the same thing happen over and over again.
Hey, Leaf fan.
That doesn't work.
When you watch Domi play in his own end, woosa. Done. Over. You guys are all fine now. You can forget all about that. Boy, he had some shifts this weekend. I almost threw up. Max Domi. I almost threw up. No one's more comfortable than a Domi in a Leaf uniform. They gotta buy this guy out the first chance they got. They gotta do it. They gotta get him out. He looks more comfortable than anybody. And that's a problem. Simon says, don't play Tavares in OT. Simon says, Luca in the chat, Sid, OEL is a -7. Carlo is a +9. It's kind of garbage stat at times. For those two, yeah, it doesn't equate. 70% of the time, you can look at it, though. You can look at it. And it can give you something. It can give you a read. Sometimes it can't. I'll grant you. There are certain plus-minus numbers in league history don't make sense.
But then do we start comparing minutes? Because again, it's the FNUF thing. The more minutes you play, the more likely you are on the ice when they score the goal to win or to take over. So OEL's numbers probably be lower because I'm sure he's on the ice a lot more of those times.
Well, you know why he's lower? Did he play with Morgan for a stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
But I'm just saying, as the season goes on, that's stat to me because you throw a guy like OEL out there constantly, his number is going to go down.
Yeah. No, that's true. Okay, Nylander Friday. We haven't even finished Friday, as we haven't finished Friday. So in the morning, after the morning skate, Barube tells the story to the media of how he's gently berating Nylander to shoot more. Because I don't know if you've heard, Austin Matthews is out, and Barube believes winning games at this point of the season is the most important thing. Is there a guy named Woosa in the Marlies I can call that?
Maybe.
Call him up. So Nylander, I believe Nylander had 4 shots Friday. It wasn't some shots on goal revelation that he had. But he was shooting a little bit more. It's gotten weird with Willie. It's like Nylander, or it's like Marner. Like Marner was he didn't want to shoot.
Yeah. And I feel like
4 shots.
Barube's been doing this for the last couple games. This was the one where he specifically called them out. But again, with the number of minutes he's playing them and some of the other stuff he said, I feel like he's been calling them out for a week now.
As he should.
Yeah, but it's way too late too.
It's too late, but he should still. I don't hate it.
I guess he's making 11 and a half sheets.
No kidding.
Of course.
So Nylander, after the game, he was asked about, do you feel with Austin Matthews gone? Do you? And again, I want to run as much Nylander as I can. You guys have to hear this. I don't think you've heard it enough about what his deal is.
And wearing an A, as the chat keeps
wearing an A. Now,
keeps
I can tell you, he wore a shirt post game Friday and Saturday night. Progress. But this is Nylander after the game Friday. Asked, do you think about picking up more of the scoring load with Austin Matthews not there? Here's what he said.
Do you feel like you do have to take on more of the goal-scoring load for the team?
No, I haven't really thought about it like that, but we've got a lot of great shooters on the team, so But I think the mindset too, shoot the puck is important, and don't forget to do that.
Haven't really thought about scoring more with Austin Matthews out. Nylander's first book, he writes, is called I Haven't Really Thought About It, by William Nylander. Forward by Brendan Shanahan and Kyle Dubas. Haven't really thought about it. Not the dumbest part of his weekend.
It's true.
Not even close.
It's true.
Not the dumbest part of Nylander's weekend. He gives the Leafs a point they don't need. He admits to you he hasn't really thought about anything to do with the Leafs off the ice. Stops on a PS5 or whatever. I don't know what he does. Hasn't really thought about scoring more without Austin. Why would you? So now let's shift to Saturday.
Oh, can we do one more thing before we shift though? Can we
the
talk
Canes.
about? Yeah.
Give me the Canes tweet. Give me So for the listening audience, the Carolina Hurricanes, who are just about a month and a bit away from losing in the Eastern Conference Final to somebody else, the Carolina Hurricanes put out a tweet after beating the Leafs Friday, and it's an aerial shot of the Leafs playing Simon Says at Fan Appreciation Day on Thursday. And it's a logo on the guy who's running the game, and it just says Simon Says lose, and all the Leafs have their hands up.
Boom.
I can't be mad at that. Are you mad at that?
No, it's hilarious. Carolina's got a good
that.
social team. They're hilarious. And we talked about this Friday. When you do stuff like that, it's going to open you up to ridicule.
They have their social media team is good. They have a tweet ready to go for when they lose the Eastern Conference Final in 5 games to Tampa or Buffalo.
So for the Leafs,
yes, I said Buffalo.
Buffalo's for real.
Coming around on Buffalo.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, I just thank you for bringing that.
That's I forgot about that. Thank you, Azo, for that, and I'm sure the audience appreciated it as well. All right, so now Saturday night, Leafs Sens need this victory, and the Sens get a victory, and they are still. I have my doubts, but they're still in this wild card discussion, and right now they sit. Where are they? They're 4 points. Yeah, they're 4 points back of the Islanders. Islanders won last night against Columbus, so they are now 4 points back of the Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, but it's tough
with the Red Wings in between them.
Yeah,
right.
It's that team in between I don't like.
Right.
I really don't like that, guys. Like the math on that, you got to be honest about. But big win for the Sens. They get it done 5-2
in a boring game.
Well, the most exciting thing was the pregame.
Yeah,
it was the pregame skate. So Anthony Stolarz gets the start, and he's taking shots in warm up, and Nylander fires one off his neck.
Fires
off his neck, and Stolarz races off. He went to local hospital for precautionary reasons. They say he traveled back with the team. I haven't seen an update, so I'm hoping Stolarz is good. The one real positive I heard about this, and Bukowski's talked about this today because he was there in Ottawa, is he did notice a goalie stick that had been shattered beyond repair in the bowels of the arena that may have been owned by one Anthony Stolarz.
Rightfully so.
That's the biggest positive of the weekend for me. Now, keep in mind, as we think of this Nylander incident, firing a puck in the throatal area of Anthony Stolarz, it was Stolarz who ripped the hell out of Nylander to start the year. That's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
It was the overtime that he was talking about, and it was Nylander just completely absent again defensively.
Good recall.
And if you're Nylander, you're also coming off a moment where your head coach is shaming you into shooting more.
I think he meant on the other team.
No, I think he means period. Now, I wouldn't suggest this, but some are suggesting William Nylander is trying to make a point to some people. That's crazy, right? Like Nylander wouldn't do that, would he? I wouldn't say that. But people are saying none of this is an accident. Your coach is on you to shoot more. Stolarz, I don't know what the relationship's like with Stolarz and Nylander. I think Nylander maybe last week realized Stolarz is on the team. Maybe.
It's also not the first time he's done this.
Yeah, Yeah, he's shot high on people before. Yeah.
On his own goalie.
On his own goalie. For no reason.
Garrett Sparks in 2019.
Yeah, but by the end of it, his coach wanted him to fire higher on Garrett Sparks, too. Wasn't a fan of Sparks. I'm not saying there's no way he would do that on purpose. There's no way he would do that on purpose. I'm not suggesting.
It looked like he shot it right at his head.
No, I'm not. Other people can make that insinuation.
But if you see the video, it looks like it.
I would never suggest William Nylander will go high on a goalie who ripped the hell out of him earlier in the year. I would never suggest that. Other people are. But I'm not. Matt Murray also took Viper in the chat. Matt Murray took one up high, apparently once from William Warmup and Nylander.
When nobody else does this, everybody else just shoots it in lightly. This guy fires it.
Michael in the chat. Nylander didn't see it, guys.
Well played, Michael. Well played.
Point to Mike. Solid contribution. So Anthony Stolarz was not happy. Stolarz has not spoken since. I'm not surprised by that. But shockingly, Nylander was put out there by Leafs PR after the game on Saturday, fully clothed. And Nylander was talking about what happened and how it happened. And for those of you who didn't hear this, this is the incident according to number 88.
It's, really tough to see that happen. I mean, I always come in and shoot puck in the glove, and this one just came off a little bit, to the left, and it hit him in the neck. So, I mean, I was obviously worried for him, but, I've been texting with him, so he seems to be okay, so it's good. No, I mean, I try to shoot, for the glove. I have certain spots where I shoot it, so they know where I'm shooting it all the time, so... except for maybe the last shot we didn't have to maybe try to score, but other than that, I'm always doing the same shot, so it just came off a little off that shot. So I feel really bad for that.
They always know where I'm shooting, unless I try and go neck down. I don't think Stolarz knew where he was shooting there.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
Well, and the neck is a pretty dangerous place to shoot.
So let's take a minute and go over Williams' season to date.
But hold on a second. Also, most guys shoot at the pads. Why are you shooting for the glove? Why are you shooting not that hard?
Why is the glove even in play?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Why is the glove even in play?
Everybody else shoots for the pads and not that hard.
This is Pee-wee stuff, man.
100%.
This is 101 before the 101 in hockey.
No, this is the hockey IQ we talked about last week.
Or just IQ.
It's true.
I'm not moving on this. That's the dumbest hockey player in the league. Dumbest. Robida Island in the chat. I love that handle. Writes, I had hernia surgery last week. Watching the Leafs hurts way more. Way more.
I love that. Money in the chat. Nylander is the best player on the Leafs. Let that sink in.
Yep. Jack in the chat. And a lot of people are saying this. I'm not insinuating he should have. I just want to clarify that. There's a lot of people in the chat. Stolarz couldn't breathe for 40 minutes. He was uncomfortable. Yeah.
He shot a hard puck at the guy's neck.
Yes, I understand that.
Yes.
I'm not ripping him for not speaking. I love that he had the energy to destroy a goalie stick.
Went to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm fine with him not speaking.
Ended up in the pit. Yes. What do you want?
And by the way, can you imagine Stolarz speaking to the media after that? Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Best quote.
Oh my, he'd obliterate someone.
We would have led with Leafs today if he spoke. No doubt.
Falafel Waffle writes in the chat. Sid, you got to do a WrestleMania watch along. But you would need a third party in here. Azo, I know wrestling, but not like wrestling. You would need a third party either on Zoom or someone in studio to do a watch along for WrestleMania.
There's a couple guys we could get.
Okay. When's WrestleMania again?
Beginning of April.
Beginning of April? Okay. No, hold on, but we got to get ready for a Leafs postseason run.
You're a jerk. What a jerk.
Funny.
April 18th and 19th is WrestleMania.
Oh, hold on. So that's 2 nights of watch alongs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's the better night?
Haven't seen the card yet. Whatever night Roman.
Sorry, there's no card yet for WrestleMania?
No.
Dude, get with it. Come on, Hunter.
Whatever night Roman and CM Punk is.
Come on, Hunter.
I don't care about that.
Give me a break.
Yeah. Anyway.
William Nylander's year.
All right.
0 defense. At times, didn't score when you needed him to.
You're talking on the ice.
On both. Middle finger to the camera. TSN
Tank
camera.
top in the booth or in the box.
Tank top in the box. Someone sent him a box of cookies that we noticed. That happened.
Feet up on the
Yep.
in the box.
Missed a bunch of games and came back for 2 games before the Olympics. Went to the Olympics, wasn't good. Came back, hasn't been good. Has taken up 0 leadership role. 0.
But he's winning an A.
And was given an A before it. Didn't defend Austin, was given an A as punishment.
Passed Austin the puck that got him.
Yep.
And then didn't go in.
It says he didn't see it.
And just quote after quote after quote.
Oh, I'm running all these quotes. I think it's
Well,
running all
happy
the
go
Nylander
lucky
stuff.
Willie's gone. Well, it's only 3 games. That Willie's gone.
Yeah, what's the big deal from William Nylander anymore, right? Where's that? And I know a lot of people are like, well, he has no movement, so what can you do with him? Valid point. You sit him. You sit him until he waves it. And I know people are going to argue, oh, the Leafs don't want that out there. Agents get upset at that. They don't want to see that. What's Doug Armstrong been doing the last 2 trade deadlines with players in St. Louis?
Yeah.
And it all gets leaked. And he's the first one to run to the media and say, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know where this came from. Yeah. Sure. Teams do this all the time. If the Leafs want to fix this culture and if the Leafs want to start this rebuild, they got to play dirty with their players. And I'm serious when I say that. I mean dirty pool. Dirty pool. Because being the nice organization has gotten you nothing from this crew.
Sure.
Nothing. They have taken advantage of you and the fan base at every turn.
Bang on.
Gotten coaches fired at every turn.
While getting everything they want.
Everything.
Yep.
It's time for this organization to nut up and get very tough with its stars, especially if you want to move off them and get some value.
Let's go, Keith.
Well, we'll see about that. All right, so finally. So the Leafs were up 1-0, gave up a goal, and then just stopped playing. That's how Saturday went in Ottawa. Mm-hmm. And Easton Cowan was speaking to the media and said, for that first goal we allowed kind of deflated us. And that quote made it back to, I think it was David Alter who brought it back to Craig Barube. And Craig Barube, how do you say, didn't agree with the notion of deflation in a hockey team. This is what he said.
Why they would be deflated after we gave up, as a power play goal. We broke a stick. We're trying to get a stick. They scored a goal. But big deal. We played a good first period. I don't know. I don't understand that thought process that you don't follow it up and be ready to go in the second and know that they're going to make a push and we don't respond well enough. So I don't really understand this deflated stuff, to be honest with you. I think it's a cop out.
Oh snap!
Damn.
Cop out.
Damn.
Now, generally the point that was made in what he's talking about, we gave up, it was a 1-1 game and we were deflated. I 100% agree with Craig Barube. How soft a team are you? You have to be a soft group of players to see the scoreboard 1-1 and go, guys, we're done. Think about that for a second.
Was it 1-1 or 1-0?
I thought it was 1-1.
It was 1-0. Ottawa scored first, right?
Oh, Ottawa scored first, right?
Yeah. They scored in the first period. Going into the first intermission, it was 1-0. It
was 1-0.
Yeah.
And then coming out of it, they got scored on.
Right.
That's what he was talking about. Either way, it's close. Game's super close. You can't get deflated at a close hockey game like that.
When you're not playing for any, again, it's his job.
If you're not playing for anything, that should make you less deflated. Let it fly. You're not playing for anything. And fine. It's even better. You're not playing for anything.
That's your young guy playing for a spot next year.
That's Easton Cowan saying that. Now, I'm just saying, before I go into this next thing, generally speaking, Craig Barube is 100% correct. That is a damning indictment of the roster and, quite frankly, how much confidence you've given them.
The culture.
Culture's big on that. You can, if you have, listen, again, I don't want to completely jump down Easton Cowan's throat on this. Because what he couldn't say was we suck. What he was trying to do was right. to bring it to them and say, yeah, it was kind of deflating for us. But generally speaking, Barube, for the first time in a while, hasn't been wrong. He hasn't been wrong.
But you're making your prospect look bad too. I'm with you.
Correct.
Just get him away from Cowan and all the. I don't know.
Yes.
Like now he's got Cowan playing with Tavares. How do you feel about it? Because he's looked okay. Like Tavares has looked okay with him. I don't know how I feel about it though. Like anyway, sorry.
Anyway, no, but that's a topic for another day though. I don't disagree. That's an interesting
I just
topic.
don't know what Craig is doing or what Treliving wants him to do and what you're looking at for next year.
That's the thing. Here's what I've now seen of Barube over the last several weeks. Okay. Nylander doesn't jump in for Matthews. He gets an A on his jersey. Okay. Matthew Nyes is telling anyone who will listen, one of my knees is not right. And you know what he does with Nyes? He rested him. At least he rested him on Saturday. Check that. He played him 24 minutes Saturday on a back-to-back. Craig Barube played him 24. Nyes had no shots on goal Saturday. None. Mainly because he's playing with Domi. But he played him on a bad knee 24 minutes.
More shifts than anybody. You got the most shifts by 4 or 3.
And Easton Cowan, who you didn't play for like a month, he says one thing where he's trying not to throw his team under the bus, and you're down his throat. Guys, I'm starting to get the feeling Craig Barube doesn't know what he's doing. And what he's doing here with Nyes and Cowan by the day is troubling to me. In a serious way. You don't have many young players. He doesn't know how to handle them. He won a cup on the back of Pietrangelo and Binnington. Binnington, you could do anything to, and he would perform. He's just wired different. And Pietrangelo is like a Hall of Famer. You think he nurtured young players in St. Louis? The Jordan Kyrous of the world turn on him in a second. In a second. He has no idea what he's doing with young players. This is now a young player situation. You don't have many. You don't have many. Playing Nyes 24 minutes on a bad knee on the second night of back-to-back and trying to embarrass Cowan in the media. I understand it's about tanking. I understand there are people in this chat who like this. I think with what? How many games are left?
I don't know. Too many.
11 games left. I think it still would help you to get Barube out of here right now. Right now. This is going to get worse in the next 11 games because this fool thinks they're still in the running for something.
Also, why'd they call up Pizzetta? Who made that call?
Oh yeah, they didn't dress Pizzetta
ever. Either game.
For either game.
On a back-to-back. You call the guy up.
About Pizzetta. What are they doing with Pizzetta? His job is to punch in the face.
Maybe he could have given you a lift on Saturday. I thought they were calling him up for Saturday. But
of course we all did because we're normal people.
He would have only got 4 minutes, but still.
Yarn Croak has to play, guys. Yarn Croak has to play.
But why call a guy and then on back-to-backs, not give anybody else a rest, especially a guy like Nyes who's hurting?
Eldon in the chat, get the young players away from Barube. I'm now there. This is insanity. The Nyes thing is the thing that people aren't talking about as much that I cannot get over from the weekend.
Same.
What on earth are you doing playing him 24 minutes? What are you, drunk? Like, what are you doing? That's insanity.
Leafs.
Unbelievable.
Leafs.
That's unbelievable. If you told me they let Barube go tomorrow or tonight, I thought that was wild about 2 weeks ago. I'm there.
Same.
This is not getting any better. He is now letting it fly in the media to the point where it's getting uncomfortable and unproductive long-term for your younger players, I think. Because the other thing is he destroyed the notion that Nyes was playing hurt.
Oh, it can't get worse, right?
On Friday. He goes, it can't get worse. He hasn't said anything to me about it.
That must be the line they told all of them to say, right? Nyes played 20 minutes on Friday night, too, just behind Willie. Like seconds behind Willie. They were the top two. I mean, out of forwards.
A-Money in the chat. Play Bo. Play Bo Grew. Play him more. I agree. Play him more. I just think it's time. You can't, none of what we're seeing here long-term makes any sense.
But what are you playing for? That's who's. We all said there needed to be an adult in the room.
There's one thing,
and somebody needed to take control of
There's one thing I'm playing for right now if I'm the Leafs. Do not crush your future. You don't have a lot of young players right now. Don't crush them. That's it.
I know. But we
Don't
said
crush them.
Somebody has to be the adult in the room and set that tone, and nobody has. Because obviously nobody has, because they're not doing that. I
don't know what's going on here. They're in Boston tomorrow night. By the way, a couple things with the Leafs. They let Bryn and Carlo lead the post-practice stretch in honor of him going back to Boston. I don't know what the hell that's about. Great job, guys.
I mean,
and on top
they
of
gave
it,
up a first for that to happen. Right?
And Toronto Maple Leafs in the future, if you're going to have a mom's trip or a dad's trip, or I like the mentors trip because people's lives are all different and they've lost a mom or they lost a dad. Like I like the mentors trip,
of course,
better. Don't have a mentors trip this late in the year, man, because this could be a disaster.
Early,
don't do this. Go do it in late November. Just do yourself a favor. Don't wait for the mentors trip to be this late because you have no idea what this is going to look like going forward. I like the idea of a mentors trip. It's a great idea. But don't do it this late.
And shouldn't you learn your lessons early in the season, not late?
Some Leafs had to call 4 mentors before they got a yes. 4. But I like the mentors idea.
So do I.
The mom's trip and the dad's trip is always tough for certain players. Like,
aren't you learning stuff
tough.
about yourself early in the season that you put in practice for the rest of the year? Like,
but the Brandon Carlos stretches. What are they rewarding him for not hitting? Here's in honor of you being reminding Leafs Nation about Fraser Minton. You lead the stretch. In honor of this trip, reminding all Leafs of only a top 5 protected first rounder. You lead the stretch. They've lost the plot, man. This team has lost the plot. They do not know how to hockey. Yeah. They do not know how to hockey. That's not how you do any of this. None of this. Hey, just a tip to all the Leafs in practice. You see Nylander wheeling around. You keep your head down.
I like the crowd told them they just need Marner. You need Marner. Did you hear the crowd doing that?
Oh, in Ottawa.
In Ottawa.
They were chanting, "You need Marner" in Ottawa? Yeah.
Here, hang on. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry, wrong one. Whoops. Where is it? Here it is. I brought
A couple things. One, what the Leafs need right now is not someone having their worst statistical season in 5 years. The only good thing the Oilers have going for them right now is they're going to see Marner in the first round. That's it.
It's true.
That's the only good thing they're going for him. He will wilt like a flower, like he did here every spring. Springs and flowers in the spring are supposed to not wilt. That's the opposite of what flowers do. In Ottawa, having like a single playoff appearance since 2017, bring it down. Bring it down. Because you're going to lose. You're going to miss the playoffs again this year. Just bring it down. And your captain's eyeing the door. Bring it down. Ottawa fans are great hockey fans. Got to bring it down a little bit. You can't have that much fun at the Leafs' expense when you are also not in playoff position. And your captain's 2 years away from free agency. Bring it down. Bring it down. Okay? Like a rumor crippled the organization. Bring it down.
So that was that other picture I put up too. Apparently somebody put a coffin out for the Leafs playoff chances this year outside the stadium.
Like part of me thinks it's funny.
It's hilarious. But you're not in either.
You have 1 playoff appearance since 2017.
But you're not in this year either.
Is there room for 2 in that coffin? Is it a double coffin?
I don't know.
Is there room for 2? I don't know.
Anyway.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sens fans, I love you. You got to bring it down a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? You fought your ass off to get in the playoffs last year. You were never in that series. It's all good. Bring it down.
And again, you're playing a good team like the Habs. The Habs fans went in there and did the wave. The Habs fans started the wave in that building a couple weeks ago.
That's the least surprising thing I've ever heard. Okay, so the Leafs take on Boston tomorrow night.
The fact we're not leading Leafs this late in the season tells you where we're at.
Oh, listen. Jays are about to take over here, man.
No kidding.
Jays are about to. This is going to be your one-stop Jays place. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, every day. The Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sik, on YouTube and X and wherever else you can get us.
Like, not only the history of this show, but like, when do you ever remember us, the Leafs, this late in the season and us not leading with them?
And this is a wild Leafs weekend.
Yeah.
It took a lot for us not to lead Leafs today.
Yeah.
But that Schneider Atkins stuff serious. That's big time stuff.
Monday morning, want to start a little bit more positive. What
did I just read about the mentors? Here we go. John in the chat. The mentors will teach the Leafs how to play Simon Says.
It's pretty good, John. Pretty good.
Woo!
Willie will still get it wrong.
Okay, how about this for a lineup? Let's do the Oilers, and then let's close with a Roger Brulot tribute.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's.
If we have time, the Tony too.
Oh, let's do Tony now.
Okay.
So
Speaking of Habs fans.
So the Habs, what was the score on? It was 7-3 over Long Island. The Montreal Canadiens. So you want to talk about pride on a Saturday night? You talk about Cole Caulfield, right?
It's true.
Earlier we talked about have pride on a Saturday night in Canada. It's kind of for the Leafs and the Habs specifically, kind of important. Cole Caulfield has that a hat trick. The Habs are 2 points up in safety in terms of a playoff spot right now. It's going to be challenging down the stretch, but they're there. Unlike the Sens, they're in a playoff spot. And Cole Caulfield's on pace for 51 goals after a hat trick. So after the game, the fine people at Sik Media had set up a live podcast taping with the one and only Tony Marinero of the Sik Podcast with Tony Marinero, the best Habs podcast in the country.
Because he's doing post games on weekends now too.
Yeah, he's going full bore.
Which you have to because the team's making a run, right?
So I want to keep in mind, what you're about to hear isn't even the real show for Tony. It's just the YouTube and X kind of intro, okay? But
before the countdown and
before
the
the countdown.
6-6 song.
Before S-I-C-K, before that.
Right.
So Tony says a thing, and then they start the countdown, just like we do on this show on YouTube and X. This was the energy level that Tony Marinero had after the Habs won Saturday, after Cole Caulfield had 3 goals. He's in front of a live studio audience, as you might suspect as you listen to this. Tony is in full throat, and to give you an idea of the vibe right now, in Montreal,
it's amazing.
Azo brought this to the table. I agreed. This is this is very indicative of what's happening there. Keep in mind, they're only 2 points up on not missing the playoffs. It's close.
The playoffs have started for them basically already.
But the Habs are feeling it, especially on Saturdays. Here was Tony Marinero after the game live on location.
Montreal Canadiens played a big 4-point game tonight at the Bell Center, and they showed the New York Islanders, this is our team, this is our city, this is our game. Yes, we have potholes. Yes, we have traffic. Yes, we have all kinds of taxes. Yes, all kinds of stores are closed on St. Catherine, but there's no better place on a Saturday night than Montreal! Mr. Saturday Night, under the lights, Cole Caulfield! The last time I saw a guy hotter than that on a Saturday night was me back at the Dome 30 years ago. The Canadiens win by a score of 7-3. Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slavkovsky combined for 13 points. I'm probably going to have a heart attack, but if I do, at least I die doing something that I love. The Sik Podcast coming up in 3 short minutes. My wife is here. She's excited. I have life insurance. It expires in 6 months. If I go out, she wants it to be tonight.
Tony, amazing.
Message to Tony's wife: re-up the life insurance.
Yes, please.
Immediately. You can do it online.
Well, 6 months. It includes the playoffs
You
this
do it
year.
online.
Maybe.
Just go.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
So good.
Wow.
Way to do it, Tony. Atta boy.
He came off like when Howard Dean came in second in a primary back in the day for the Democrats. Do you remember that one? And we're going to New Hampshire, and we're going to this, and we're going to South Carolina. Ah!
I was thinking a little bit of Steve Ballmer.
Tony Dean, a little Steve Ballmer, Oh my God,
so good, dude. But that's the vibes on a Saturday night, like you mentioned. Come on,
Jack in the chat. Sorry, Sid. Did you tell the Sens fans to calm down? Talk to Tony.
That's pretty good. I like it.
That's really funny.
Oh man,
that's the vibe. Listen, I mean, I have a feeling I think the Habs are going to get into the playoffs. If and when they get in.
Yeah, they have to.
We're going to be running a few clips from but Tony in a live audience. Don't get me wrong. Tony's energy is great generally.
That's like 8 hours a day.
But that is a special. How long did he go Saturday on location?
That was before the show.
That wasn't even technically the show. That was just the YouTube.
Not a part of the
countdown.
show. Yeah.
Holy cow, that's amazing.
Love the energy, man. Love it.
Wow, that's good. That's pretty good. So that's the deal in Edmonton. The deal in Ottawa, or sorry, excuse me, the deal in Ottawa. The deal in Edmonton, not as hyped.
No.
Not as hyped. So the Oilers lost 5-2 to Tampa on Saturday. I was going back and forth between March Madness and the Oiler game a little bit.
How you doing in your pool?
Not as good as I was to start. It was madness to start, and now it's just March for me.
Sadness.
Now it's March sadness.
March sadness.
Yes. So the Oilers lose 5-2 to Tampa. My weekend's not complete until I see Evan Bouchard beaten clean in behind him. He lost track of Kucherov. Kucherov stepped out of the penalty box. I'm serious. And like Evan Bouchard is like, where's 86? And Kucherov. By the way, Nikita Kucherov, since January the 1st, he's played 29 games. He has 67 points.
Damn.
Happy New Year, Nikita Kucherov. Like the MVP race is over. Sorry.
True.
The MVP race is over. This guy's winning. There is no argument for anyone else. I don't care the year Colorado had. I don't care.
It's a bit of a two-way player, huh?
Kucherov? Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's funny how you can do both, play two ways and score and do stuff.
I live in Toronto. I don't know what you're talking about.
No kidding.
By the way, Tony's deal about we have potholes and we have taxes.
That's
the most depressing part of that is in Toronto, they have the same things, just not 24 cups.
Right.
A lot of potholes and taxes.
Or a chance at the playoffs.
Not 24 cups.
Yeah.
13 cups, not 24. So the Oilers lose. And after the game, Connor McDavid speaks to the media. And he is not asked directly about coaching, but he kind of brings it up on his own 3 separate times in the clip you're about to hear. I can't stress enough how out of the way Connor McDavid went to talk about Chris Knobloch and coaching. Now, McDavid, -3 on Saturday, along with Zach Hyman, along with there was a couple other -3s. So the Oilers generally did not play well. And Edmonton are 4 points up on a playoff spot. The Kings are 4 points back. I'm getting a little worried about Edmonton. That's a little too close for comfort for me.
We thought they were just going to, you had to count them in, right?
Yeah. I still have a hard time thinking they're not going into the playoffs, but who knows? But anyway, after the game, Connor McDavid talked about how well coached Tampa is. A coach he just had in the Olympics. Okay? In John Cooper. So he mentions coaching here a couple times about how well coached Tampa is. And Ryan Rishaug of TSN then has a really good follow-up later, because if you're in a scrum long enough, you know when a guy wants to talk.
Yep.
So Ryan knew that Connor was going. And he's like, the last question you're going to hear in this from Ryan is like, how do you guys get to the point where you have that type of coaching consistency? Or consistency as a team? I don't even think Ryan said coaching, but he asked in a very smart way. So again, this was the bomb that McDavid kind of dropped on everyone after the game. And if you're not taking this seriously in the Oilers front office or ownership, there's something wrong with you. This is what he said.
Great, obviously playing on a great team with a lot of great players over there. They got a great system. They're perfectly coached. They all know what they're doing. All over the ice, it's impressive. They're a great team. They're good, obviously. They're very good. As I said, they're extremely well coached. They're extremely well organized. They're very, very rehearsed in everything that they do. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. And when you do break them down, they got a heck of a goalie to backstop them.
Is that just a bunch of time doing the same things over and over again? Like, how do you guys get to that, to be that rehearsed, to have that system you can rely on and all those things? Where does that come from? How do you guys get there?
Yeah, well, that's a coaching question. You can ask Nobber that question. Obviously we've been playing together a long time, and we feel like we're somewhat rehearsed and organized, but not to their level.
Oh, okay. Go ask Nobber is one of the funnier quotes of the year to me.
I don't know how comfortable I am with Nobber.
No, I don't want to talk about his Nobber. 11 games left on the Oilers' schedule. Connor McDavid has ripped the coaching of this hockey team. Leon Drysdale has ripped the coaching of this hockey team, and Stan Bowman has ripped the coaching of this hockey team. I've lived in a world where teams have changed the coach this late in the year, and it's really worked for them. Really worked for them. It's shocking to see, but it happens. You have a couple of years left in McDavid after this. They're not on board with what Knobloch's doing. Knobloch has no defensive structure, and his plan is, there was a coach years ago. Was it Michael Malone of Denver? And there was a meme going around of his clipboard in a play, and it just said Jokic, and it had 4 guys passing to Jokic. Knobloch's system is 29-87, it seems. That's it. And it's a credit to Drysdale and McDavid as to what they did the last 2 years. But now multiple people who matter in that organization have ripped the coaching of the team. Paul Coffey's back in the mix. The Oilers have a very short window here to get a new coach in. It is what it is. Well, Connor McDavid sent out the bat signal on Saturday night. And does he have to be better? Probably. But McDavid sent out the bat signal to the organization saying this is not going to continue. They're lucky they're in a bad division. He called his own division a pillow fight, which is pretty disrespectful considering Vegas is on the schedule this week. The Oilers have a minute window to do this. I think they can. I don't know who the person is. Is it DeBoer? I don't know who it is.
You want Barube?
You can have Barube. Barube has a great defensive structure.
Apparently. Yes. That's what I heard.
For the record, I do not think there is a coach alive that can get Evan Bouchard to play defense. Just so we're clear about that. Okay? This is roster construction as well. So Chris Knobloch, I'm going to give a little bit of grace to. With that said, 97 has seen enough of this coach, a coach he knows very well, but he also knows his legacy is more important to him. At some point, McDavid's legacy is more important than his personal relationships, and I like that dog in him. I like that. The Oilers cannot let this sit like nothing happened. Saturday was significant for McDavid, publicly. He just saw John Cooper and what he can do. It's not like he won with Cooper, but he's seen how Cooper can run a team. Cooper also had like the best players in the league. Different story with Knobloch, but I digress. I don't see how the Oilers can just do nothing. And I don't know how many Oiler fans, Azo, are thinking fire Knobloch, but if you're going to do it, you have 48 hours here. You have 48 hours after those comments to make it happen. Does McDavid want to be seen as the guy to get a coach fired? I don't think he cares at this point. He's done everything. He did not get a raise from the organization. He's pulled his weight.
And without Drysdale, he's trying to do everything he can.
Which is a problem because when McDavid tries to do things by himself, it's a problem.
He can't be answering questions about structure and this and that,
or the routines. But he's the captain.
Hold on,
he's the captain. He needs to be answering all the questions.
I'm saying he can't be responsible for everybody else falling in line and doing their part, and the regularity and the consistency that they have to bring every night. That can't be his job right now. He's trying to do everything on his own.
But he's saying what he's seeing doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like a lot of Oiler fans are saying. Like it's no different
for everybody in the chat saying like that's his guy. That can wear out pretty quick.
Like I love people who rip on some of the media in Edmonton, like the Mark Spectors of the world and whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are being stoppers. You guys are being too hard." I have not heard a more cutting moment. When you break it down, what McDavid said about his coach Saturday was the most ruthless thing I've heard out of that room, home or away, this year. Not even close. Not even close. Taking away what Speck said to McDavid when he got back from the Olympics. That was worse what I heard Saturday. Yeah. Wow.
Maybe he's seeing the same thing you are. You know, Evan Bouchard played 27-37.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Almost 28 minutes.
He is one of the worst defensive players of the last decade who gets minutes in this league.
That's insane.
20.
Connor only played 22.
Don't tell me that's not part of what he's talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
100%. It's a great point. I didn't realize Bouchard was playing 27 minutes against Tampa.
Like almost 5 minutes more than
what
Connor
the
himself.
Hell is that?
How is Evan out there for more than Connor?
Oh my God. Knobloch was the guy. Now he isn't. Peter. Yep.
I can change. Again, with coaches, what are we talking about with Schneider? Like coaches have short where managers have short lifespans, man.
For sure.
Once things aren't going the way, it's time for it. And it's hard to get those voices back in the players' heads. Like,
we should also mention that Leon Drysdale was in Munich over the weekend.
This is good.
So he was seeing the same doctor that Austin Matthews secretly and then unsecretly saw a couple of years ago. And even it got to the point where Drysdale was like a special guest in the players' box at the Bayern Munich game against Union Berlin over the weekend. And
Not watching Davies.
No, not watching Davies. Davies may have been in the box.
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
I don't know. But afterwards, like they brought down Drysdale for a post-match interview in an empty stadium with the host broadcaster. And the translation of that interview in terms of the injury is freaking out a lot of Oiler fans. And let me just read the translation. Drysdale said, and he said it like matter-of-factly, like he wasn't, I think tone's important.
And he's a straight shooter, right?
Straight shooter.
All the time.
He said, quote, "It will definitely take a few weeks to get healthy. I hope we go far enough so I can help the team again." Now, that flies in the face of he'll be back with maybe 2 games left in the regular season. That's what Stan Bowman was parroting last week at the GM meetings.
Yep.
So, if you're an Oiler fan, that doesn't make you feel good, does it?
Not at all.
Because he would know.
That does the opposite.
That means you're out for the first round.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
And they were trying to play. He was out for the regular season, probably back for the first round. And he sounds like, yeah.
Correct.
They need to win a round, even for the chance to get him back. Agreed. You concerned? Like, that is a concern.
I'm concerned at that quote.
Yeah. Of course.
That quote flies in the face of an organization. The organization's role is very simple when something like this happens. Cut the panic. The Leafs have believed they can cut panic forever, and they've been the worst at it. The Oilers want to cut the panic. This guy across the ocean is telling you, might not play in the first round. Do the Oilers right now look like a team that's a lock to win the first round of the playoffs to you?
Which only hurts more. It's crazy.
Could be worse in the chat. I hope the German doctor doesn't take Drysdale's soul like he took Matthews. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's a cutting comment. Michael in the chat, I heard Knobber is a hard coach. Okay. Okay. That's all I'm reading about the Knobber. We need a new nickname for a coach if his nickname is Knobber.
Yeah.
Knobber.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last thoughts on the Oilers here as we go? I think they're making the playoffs, but if Drysdale's not there for the playoffs, I have no idea what this looks like. I have none. Anything?
Don't hear anybody complaining about the playoff format in that division.
No,
Right?
you don't. Okay, so we're close to wrap. We'll have a Santander update coming up in a second.
Full circle Jays. Start Jays, end Jays.
By the way, one thing about the Jays I did want to get out there, because last week you and I had a lot of conversations about service time and Trey Savage, and he's on the IL to start the year, and if you're not on the roster for 172 days, you don't accrue a year of service time or start the clock as a rookie, as a first-year player. I heard this last night, and I double-checked it, and I wasn't aware of it. But I think Jays fans have to realize one thing whenever Trey Savage comes up to the big club. There was an amendment a few years ago for rookies in Major League Baseball. There is a way you can start the clock on your contract and not play 172 games to do it. And it's what happened to Paul Skeens in 2024. Paul Skeens played was on the roster for 140 days, not 172. But the rule is now, if you finish first or second in Rookie of the Year voting, you start the clock. Whether you've played 50 games, 100, 150.
Okay.
So even if you Savage, let's just say he misses 30 days off the active roster this year as he's ramping up, let's say in Dunedin at the minor league facility.
20, yeah.
Maybe 20. All it takes is 20.
No, yeah.
If he comes up here and kicks ass and finishes top 2 in rookie voting, like the clock starts. Like this year counts towards his contract. So if I'm a lot of teams around the American League, I'm begging my representative for Rookie of the Year to vote for Trey Savage top 2. Start the clock on that.
It's too bad Okamoto's already winning it.
Oh, Kazuma Okamoto.
Didn't you tell me last week he's the odds-on favorite?
He is.
Yeah,
literally right now. He's the odds-on
go.
favorite. Before we wrap it up here, want to pass along our condolences. There's a lot of people in the Quebec sports world right now, in the broadcasting world in Quebec, that are mourning the loss of Roger Brulot. Roger Brulot, like you can argue there's no Expos without Roger. Roger began working for the Expos in 1969. He was a scout. He found a ton of players, including Gary Carter. Heard of him? And he was a lifer with that organization, and he was on the radio broadcast for years, right up until the Expos left Montreal in 2004. And then in 2011, he started to do Blue Jays broadcasts on TVA in Quebec, and he was the analyst. And a lot of people in and around the Toronto area, I know solid baseball fans knew exactly who the late Roger Brulot was, but some of his calls for the Jays went viral pretty quickly in and around 2015. So Azo and I thought we'd play a couple of them for you here because Roger was the man. Roger was an extremely well-respected broadcaster and baseball person. He invented Youppi, the mascot for the Expos.
Did he
you know
actually?
that?
I did
He
not know that.
And there was a very touching moment in Montreal on Saturday where Youppi was just holding a framed photo of the two of them.
I did see that.
It was actually like it takes.
Yeah, I did.
I don't like getting emotional on air, but just thinking about it is wild. It was
I
a
did
very
see
touching
that.
moment.
I did see that. I didn't realize that was why though. Wow, that's incredible.
So we're gonna play a couple clips, and these, like any Blue Jay fan that remembers these moments, you heard these online. These went viral very quickly as well from TVA in Quebec.
Yep.
And the first one,
they both make you smile a lot.
Yes, they did. This was March. Let's go back to March 23rd. Excuse me, September 23rd, 2015. This was when an out of nowhere Blue Jays team with Russell Martin on it were looking to extend their lead over the Yankees to 3.5 games with 10 games to go on the schedule in September. And Russell Martin, in a 4-0 win that night, hit a huge 3-run bomb for the Jays. This is when the Jays really started to get going.
Yep.
This is when people started to believe. And Roger Brulot does not have the home run call on this, but he comes in with the Russell that goes down really in Toronto Blue Jay history. So let's go down memory lane, September 23rd, 2015.
La balle est frappée avec force au chagrin. Et elle est partie! Russell! Le Québec danse! Le Canada danse! Et Russell Scherzer! Bonsoir! Elle est partie!
Bonsoir. So that was 2015.
So good.
I bet you some of you forgot you'd heard that call before, but I bet you most of you did, and you just remembered. And then the other one, do you have the still photo first? You want to throw it up?
Sorry, hang on. Do I? Somehow disappeared.
I want to go back to March the 27th, 2018, when the Jays played an exhibition game. I think it was against the Mets at the Big O. And
sorry, give me.
That's fine. And the Jays had, again, this was 2018, and they had a 19-year-old who was in their organization that everyone would keep talking about. And his name was Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
For some reason, it's not in here. I'm sorry.
Not in there?
No, I don't know why.
You know what? Let me send it to you. I rarely do this during the show, but I think it's very appropriate for me to send you this. For those of you who know Expos baseball, and you're well versed in what Vladimir Guerrero meant to that organization, his dad. And it was an exhibition game at the Big O in Montreal, and they were playing this 19-year-old kid. And it was one of the buzziest exhibition games in Blue Jays history. Like, there was a massive crowd. I don't want to... Oh, here it is.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, you sent the MP3 again. That's why.
Oh, did I? My bad.
No, my bad.
Anyway, we'll just run the clip. Because the first still on it is going to be a young Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Mm.
So Vladdy hits a home run here, and Roger Brulot again.
My bad. Got it now.
Oh, there's the still. For those listening, it's a 19-year-old Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the Big O in Montreal.
Look how
he looks like he's 8 years old.
Seriously,
he looks like he's 8 years old. And Vladdy, this was the moment. It was against St. Louis. Pardon me. And again, Roger Brulot is not calling the home run specifically, but he jumps in after that ball leaves the Big O. And this speaks for itself.
La balle est frappée avec force en direction du champ gauche. Et la partie! Vladimir! 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 Bonsoir! Bonsoir! Elle est partie! Guerrero! Lâche, casse en l'air! On danse! On chante! Le rêve est réalisé! Guerrero! Guerrero! Merci pour cette fraîcheur dans le stade!
Vladimir. Outstanding. Roger Brul passing away over the weekend at the age of 79. Big deal in the history of Quebec sports and really pop culture. When you think of UP and you think of the role the Expos had.
No kidding.
So yeah, we wanted to run a couple of those because it's a difficult time for some people there, and the Habs had a beautiful tribute on Saturday. If you missed it, go on. It's worth your time. Like, that's how an organization
they always
should
do
be
it
run.
Right. They do it
right.
all the time.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Any before we kind of wrap up here, Azo, any reminiscing on some of the calls that we heard there?
Both of those are incredible. How do you forget the Russell one? Like, man, that stood out more than anything. Because it was such a huge home run, and then that was the call everybody
Because that was the moment in September where everyone was
they're
like,
for real.
Oh, no.
They're for real.
They're going to go 3.5 up on the Yankees? Yeah. Like, they hadn't been in the playoffs since 93.
And just catching steam.
Oh, wow.
Because it was, it's always a series against the Yankees that set these guys up, huh?
Absolutely. Last word to Net Strike. Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. No doubt about it. All right, Azo, we had a lot there.
We did.
There's a bunch of stuff we didn't get to.
Yeah. Quick Raptors. We'll hit Raptors maybe more tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow. Also, I want to talk about how TFC's largest transfer in MLS history had to be subbed off at halftime.
I heard he's worth it.
I want to talk about that.
I heard he's worth it.
Bloody big deal being subbed off at halftime. Bloody big deal. Okay. We're done. Apologies. We're going to talk about Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. On behalf of Jeff Assaparty and everyone here at Sik Media, my name is Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sik Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.